When two innocent-looking girls went into the woods with their friend, no one thought it would turn into a terrifying story. Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier, both just 12 years old, had a shocking plan. What started as a normal day among friends turned into a horrifying act of betrayal. They wanted to impress Slender Man, a fictional character they believed was real. They thought hurting their friend would make him happy. Quiet Woods became the site of a scary crime that shocked everyone. How could two young girls do something so terrible? Was it their belief in a story, or something darker inside them? This case is not just about a crime. It shows how powerful myths can be, and how young minds can blur the line between imagination and reality. The Slender Man case is a chilling reminder of what can happen when fantasy goes too far. The Slender Man stabbing case is a shocking story from 2014 in Waukesha, Wisconsin, USA. Two 12-year-old girls, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier, attacked their friend Payton Leutner. They stabbed her 19 times in a forest to please a fictional internet character called Slender Man. This case shocked the world because it showed how dangerous internet myths could become. Payton survived the attack, but it left a lasting impact on her life. The crime raised concerns about mental health and how the internet influences young people. It also highlighted the dark side of online stories. Media and public reactions turned this case into a global discussion. It became an example of how myths and reality can blur dangerously. Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier were two 12-year-old school friends from Waukesha. Morgan was quiet and often lost in her thoughts, while Anissa was more outgoing and sociable. Despite their differences, they bonded over their love for internet horror stories. Both girls were fascinated by a character called Slender Man. They believed his stories were real and began making plans around him. Morgan had a history of mental illness in her family, which affected her behavior. Anissa, on the other hand, was heavily influenced by peer pressure. Their shared obsession with Slender Man led them to commit a crime they thought was necessary. This friendship took a dark turn, resulting in a shocking and tragic event. Slender Man is a fictional character created in 2009 on an online forum. He is shown as a tall, faceless figure who manipulates children. The character became popular through stories, videos, and memes on the internet. Morgan and Anissa believed these stories were real. They thought Slender Man would harm their families if they didn't obey him. To prove their loyalty, they planned to kill their friend Payton. They also believed that doing this would allow them to live in Slender Man's mansion. Their belief in the myth blurred the line between fiction and reality. This case highlighted how dangerous internet myths can be for impressionable minds. On May 31, 2014, Morgan and Anissa invited Payton Leutner to a sleepover. The next day, they took her to a forest under the pretense of playing hide and seek. There, Morgan stabbed Payton 19 times while Anissa encouraged her. They left Payton in the forest, believing she would die. However, Payton showed incredible strength. She crawled to a nearby path where a cyclist found her and called for help. Morgan and Anissa ran away, planning to find Slender Man's mansion. Police arrested them the same day. Payton survived after emergency surgery, but the incident left deep emotional scars on everyone involved. Payton Leutner was a cheerful and friendly 12-year-old girl who trusted Morgan and Anissa. She didn't know her friends were planning to harm her. During the attack, Payton suffered 19 stab wounds, some of which were close to vital organs. Despite her injuries, she managed to crawl out of the forest to find help. A cyclist saved her life by calling 911. Payton underwent surgery and recovered physically, but the emotional trauma stayed with her. She later said she forgave her attackers, but remained cautious in trusting others. Her bravery inspired many people around the world. Mental health played a big role in this case. Morgan Geyser was later diagnosed with schizophrenia, a serious mental illness. She claimed to see and hear Slender Man, which made her believe in the myth. Anissa Weier was influenced by Morgan and showed signs of delusional thinking. Experts said peer pressure also affected Anissa's actions. Both girls were unable to distinguish reality from fantasy due to their mental health struggles. This case raised awareness about how untreated mental illness can lead to dangerous situations. It showed the importance of early diagnosis and support for young people. Morgan and Anissa were tried in adult court because of the severity of their crime. Their lawyers argued that their mental health issues should be considered in their sentences. Morgan was sentenced to 40 years in a mental health institution due to her schizophrenia. Anissa received 25 years of mental health supervision, but was released in 2021 under strict conditions. The case sparked debates about juvenile justice and mental illness in legal systems. It also raised questions about whether young offenders should be treated as adults. Their sentences aimed to balance justice and rehabilitation. The case received widespread media attention and shocked the public. Many people were horrified by the idea of children committing such a violent act. Media reports focused on the influence of Slender Man and internet culture. Some sympathized with Payton as a brave survivor, while others tried to understand Morgan and Anissa's mental health struggles. The case also led to criticism of Slender Man's creators and online platforms. It sparked discussions about internet safety and parental guidance. Overall, it became a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked online influence. This case highlighted the power of internet myths and urban legends. Stories like Slender Man can seem harmless, but may deeply affect vulnerable minds. Morgan and Anissa's belief in the myth showed how fiction can blur with reality for young people. It raised awareness about the importance of teaching critical thinking skills. Parents were urged to monitor their children's online activities and talk to them about what they see. This case became a reminder how dangerous the internet can be if not used responsibly. The Slender Man stabbing case taught several important lessons. First, it showed the need for mental health awareness and early intervention. Second, it highlighted the influence of internet culture on young minds. Third, it reminded parents and educators to guide children emotionally and psychologically. The case emphasized the importance of open communication about online content. Finally, it became a warning about how easily myths can lead to real-world harm. This tragic event serves as a call for greater understanding and prevention of similar incidents in the future.